I have one here. We just need to do a little.
We're doing an ice cream break.
Yeah.
I'm Jeanette Bonner, and you are watching The Scoop, where we have conversations with culture makers and creators over incredible New York City ice cream. Today, as you can see, I am at the Van Leeuwen Ice Cream Truck in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, with co-founder Laura O'Neill.
Hey Jeanette.
Hello.
How's it going? Welcome to Van Leeuwen.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Welcome.
Oh my gosh, I love this. I love seeing this big rainbow truck on the corner. It's like a beacon of hope on a really hot day.
Thank you so much.
You draw the people in. Look at all these people getting ice cream today.
It's a good day for ice cream.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get some ice cream as the line gets shorter, but maybe we can chat a little bit about your company and your brand and how you guys got started.
Okay,
awesome.
Great.
What I love about Van Leeuwen is that I think it's a very New York story, and I'm seeing this time and time again, is that you started in a kitchen, was it? Making ice cream in a kitchen?
The three of us, me and Ben and Pete Van Leeuwen, all lived together in Greenpoint. So the recipes we came up with in a tiny little kitchen in Greenpoint. In the early days when we were developing the first 10 flavors, it was kind of just like whatever sounds good and what ingredients we're excited about, and we would have like all different chocolates arriving at the house and different pistachios, and we had some flavors that were amazing right off the bat, some that didn't work.
Sure. So you went from making it in the Brooklyn kitchen, and then the next step was food truck?
Yeah, so we just came up with the recipes at home, and then we found like a ice cream factory upstate where we could make our recipes.
Cool.
And then we first started selling it off trucks, yeah.
And what was the impetus behind that?
So Ben and Pete had driven Good Humor trucks, which are like just kind of like those classic ice creams on sticks. They drove those around Connecticut when they were in college, and then when Ben was graduating from college, he was standing in front of a soft ice cream truck in New York City, and he was like, why doesn't anyone do good ice cream trucks? Like really special ice cream. And it was just sort of, the idea was born. I was still in Australia, he called me, he was like, let's start an ice cream truck business when you get here. I was like, okay, let's do it. And I think once we sort of started tasting the ice cream we were making, that was the driving force. We were like, this is incredible ice cream, and now we know it's gonna work.
So how did you go from having one truck to now having 5 locations in New York City, 2 locations in LA?
3
locations in LA, and you're up to like 6 food trucks now?
6, yep. So 4 here.
Okay, so yeah. So what happened in the middle there?
Well, we knew we wanted to be able to make Van Leeuwen available to more people, so that meant more outlets, more stores. Actually, it was funny with us though, because we got approached by Whole Foods on our very first day in business.
No.
Yeah. Ben and I were down at this street fair in Tribeca, and someone came up and just casually asked, oh, do you have pints for grocery stores? And we laughed. We were like, we've been in business for 1 hour. And then they followed up, and they were like, we think your product's great. If you guys go ahead and do packaging and all that stuff, we can get you into this region. So we had that kind of almost since, I mean, it took about 9 months to get it underway, but we've been in Whole Foods for like 9 years.
Was it just like a crash course in learning the ice cream industry?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think that we knew what we wanted to do and what we didn't, and so it was always going to be very clear that we would be making it from scratch. It would be French custard style. We were always going to pasteurize and use eggs. And so that sort of set the parameters for the kind of equipment we would need and how we would be doing it. Yeah, and that's never changed. I mean, we always talk about this philosophy called Kaizen. Have you heard of it?
I don't believe I have.
It's a Japanese word, and it means translates to constant improvement. So it's like that nothing is ever perfect, and we're always striving for this unobtainable perfection. And in the process, we're getting very close to perfect, but we never want to rest on our laurels and say, oh, the vanilla ice cream is as good as it'll be, so let's leave it alone. Like if we find something that can make it better, we'll always make it better. And that goes for customer service, store design, truck design. We rebranded last year. So we just sort of always Kaizen.
I love that so much.
Yeah, I mean, you can apply it to anything.
Yeah, but I love it because I think that it is the heart of what a lot of New Yorkers have. It's a very hard city to live in. It's a very hard city to succeed in any business, especially one that has a lot of competition.
Right.
And the idea that you're always striving towards a future version of yourself, which is a little better than where you're at the moment, I think is what weirdly keeps us sane here.
Yes,
because you're in motion, and it also keeps you humble. Our first vegan ice cream provider. Your vegan ice cream is awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And that was like the whole thing with the vegan was let's not make a good vegan ice cream. Let's make a
good ice cream that's vegan.
Yeah, that happens to be vegan.
We're gonna try a new flavor.
Yeah.
Where did this come from? Who came up with it?
This is all Ben Van Leeuwen. We knew that we could make blue ice cream using spirulina, which is a health food, and because we would never use any colorings that weren't natural.
Sure.
So it's a blue ice cream, but the flavor is actually almond, which is people love. And then it has the chunks of matcha tea cake in it, so when it's scooped on top of a cone, it looks like planet Earth. Should we get it?
Yeah,
okay,
let's go.
Awesome.
Hello, Ashley. Hi. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being on The Scoop with me.
Yeah.
Everybody, may I please introduce you, Ashley Alderfer-Kaufman, who is the wardrobe supervisor for ABC's The View.
Yeah.
Are you ready to get some awesome vegan ice cream?
Ready.
Let's do it. I think we're gonna get some tastings.
Well, I love me some chocolate.
Okay, chocolate
And might as well
and the
throw on
strawberry, just for fun.
Yeah.
I love it. Chocolate, thank you. Cheers. I wouldn't even be able to tell you that was
Very
vegan.
rich, yeah. Very creamy, yeah. Oh, that's some good stuff.
We're ready for the big reveal.
Okey-doke.
Let's go for some Planet Earth. Cheers! Let's go find a seat and we'll chat more about you.
Sounds good.
We'll get the scoop
Okay.
on all things Ashley. So tell me first how you got started. How did you end up in the wardrobe department of a network TV show?
So I have to give all the credit to my mom.
Okay.
My parents were actors growing up, and I sort of lived in the dressing room a little bit. Like, kind of grew up just in that environment with all the chorus girls and just like, you know, being in awe of everything going on. And my mom eventually transitioned into wardrobe. So my mom was like, just join the wardrobe union. You'll be fine.
She makes it sound easy.
Yeah, so I did. At 18 years old, I joined the union. And what you have to do that is work at either in theaters or I ended up working at the Metropolitan Opera, dressing the supers. But I was going to college at the same time, so it was a great job because it was in the evenings. So I would go to school during the day and then work at night, and then eventually transitioned into daytime, which is what I do now. I never had like a normal retail job kind of thing.
Yeah.
I knew how to work in the dark in fast conditions, stressful environment. So yeah, it was just kind of more practical than anything. And then I just sort of fell in love with the energy of it.
Do you miss working in the theater though?
The great thing about The View is it's similar to theater in that it is live. It's a live show every day.
Yeah.
And the great thing about it versus theater is that it's different every day. I love that energy. I love that I have to be fast on my feet, and even 9 months pregnant, like, I'm doing it. I'm in there.
This is not going to slow me down.
Not slowing me down.
Do you get to deal with any of the guests, or are you mostly there for the hosts?
I pretty much deal with every guest in the sense that I either have to give them a lint roll or I have to help with their microphone.
Do people come in with like cat hair? Just
Or just dandruff. Or just,
you're going to be on national television.
Well, things happen.
People just live in this state of bliss where they just like, I just got cat hair on me and I do not care about
that's job security for me, right? That's what I'm there for.
You keep me in business.
Yeah. Well, and the other great thing about my job is the people, right? Because I've been there so long. It's really like a family.
That's lovely.
And that makes a big difference also. It's particularly who we have on the show, so who we're working with every day.
Wardrobe, I think, in general sounds glamorous because it deals with costumes and clothes and makeup.
It's not glamorous at all. It really isn't.
Okay.
I have my hands in people's armpits. I'm cleaning up all kinds of stains and down on the floor, having people's pants and tying their shoes, and it can be nitty gritty.
It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
It can be, yeah, it can be. A lot of my job too is to kind of be the buffer and be a safe, neutral place to come to. You know, wardrobe is kind of like the kitchen.
I love that.
People can come in and take a load off and sort of regroup, and I just try to make it as easy for people. I don't want to add more stress, right? It's a stressful job for them as it is, and so I find that my job is better if I can be just this sort of neutral place to come in and just give people what they need and be prepared. I have to anticipate people's needs before they know what they are. And I'm very lucky because a lot of people, it takes them a long time to find their thing.
Especially in New York.
Yeah.
First of all, I just love that, like, I've devoured my ice cream and you're just like, you're being very polite about it.
I'm probably just talking a lot.
I'm just going to town. If there was one other skill that you could do as well as you do wardrobe supervising, wardrobing, anything, what would it be?
You know, actually for a while, I thought about opening a restaurant.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of food?
Probably eclectic, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
A kind of a place that anybody can go and be comfortable, and if you want to get a burger or a bowl of pasta or really great ice cream, or maybe have a venue for performing, but just a comfortable...
Like a community hub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the Scoop with me,
this is
Ashley.
fun.
Finish that cone,
Right.
otherwise I'm gonna look bad. And that's the Scoop. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. As always, be sure to like us on Facebook, tag your friends, share, and comment below. If you want any more information about the shops or the guests, you can head on over to watchthescoop.com. You can watch all of our episodes there. We'll catch you next time on The Scoop.